Alright. That should be good for my editing. Yeah. Oh my god. Why am I always so loud? It doesn't make sense to me. Wait, why is my...
All of you are talking about the power of Fireball, but let me tell you, I got a more powerful spell.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes. Someone does have a gun. Dakota has the gun.
I cast Glock no Jutsu.
Glock.
Glock no shoots.
When
Are
you
you
join-
all ready to meet God?
Nah, Kane. You know what's more dangerous than you with Glock? You hand Dobby one.
Oh god.
Because he can
Dobby,
manage
why?
You've given Dobby a Glock.
Alright.
You've given Dobby a gun.
A gun.
Hello
master.
and welcome, dear patrons, to the Tables of Tartarus, a chapter of Purgatory Corner. Today our storyteller is Corin, and we will be continuing the tale of Jumpchain RWBY Terminal Season. Come on in, take seats, and let your imagination run free. Corin, you have the floor.
Welcome back, everyone, to Terminal Season. I really enjoyed the clown last time, if I'm telling the truth here. It was a groovy old time. But
Clowns.
hello! Welcome
Hello,
to the Party
Cookie.
Pelty. We're actually just getting started.
Had to let ads run.
Yes, as mentioned, I like the clown. It was a grand old time. Unfortunately, one of our characters did have to relive some of their trauma in order to win, but I'm pretty sure that's just how anime works.
Oh, their trauma.
Yeah, that's how it works to get powered up.
So, with everyone successfully winning in that fight, they all managed to leave this pseudo nightmare big top realm in order to be able to arrive outside of Strav, particularly the village of Strav within the forests, where they could hear just this party almost going on inside. Whole bunch of singing, and just everyone sounds bright and happy and full of joy, as a complete juxtaposition from everything outside. Very short recap today, as we're just going to jump right on in. How do we all respond to seeing this as Honey walks forward, her lips slightly pursed?
Hunter, probably with slight confusion, is just like, is this how you will, get through the horrors of this area?
Yeah, normally.
Normally.
Feels like the lyrics have changed a bit. Forget how long it's been.
Oh, at least no one needs singing lessons.
Yeah.
That or the other people are so drowned out by the ones who can sing.
Most folks, they learn some version of the melody. Pretty much, you're going to hear it almost every week. Everyone sings along. It's all about banishing the dark thoughts, Gotta keep bright and upbeat. There's a bittersweet look on her face before it then visibly brightens, and she stands up a bit taller, moving with a lot more confidence towards the village gates.
Hunter will follow.
All right.
As you all approach the gates, you can tell there's somebody up at the top, particularly given that there's a small splash of what you're absolutely certain has to be some kind of alcoholic beverage going by the smell. Fortunately, it's not nighttime yet, so the rules on not eating or drinking anything don't quite apply. But you can see someone lean over to look down, and he spots you. Immediately, bright grin. Oh, okay, we got some humans over here.
Huh?
You hunters?
Aye.
All right. Well, come on in. The gates start opening up. The sounds only get louder as they just seemingly welcome you. No issue.
Well, that's a generous welcome.
Did he say humans or... I turned to the others like, did he say humans or hunters?
He asked you for hunters.
Yeah. He assumed they're humans, that you're all human, and asked if you're hunters.
Ah, I see.
Hunter
Kind of.
adjacent.
Hunter adjacent.
That describes most of us, if I'm being honest. Come on, party's just getting started.
Helion in. The darkness from before just completely gone.
Yeah.
Is
The
it a special
entire
date? Or
well, special as any other. We finished up a hunt last night.
was it like a really? I guess it was a really big task.
Yeah, a bit tough, but it's well, better not to linger on that part of the night, you know? Come on. As you all are moving through it, he pretty much tries to hand each of you a big ol' stein of that same alcoholic beverage that spilled. The alcohol is a very thick scent in it, but you can smell something else there. Something somewhere that's a pleasant sits pleasantly between pomegranate and honey almost.
Hunter reaches into his inner coat pocket and pulls out his flask, and he just kind of waves it a little bit. He's like, "I got mine, no worries."
That's in that tiny thing.
And it refills automatically, so I never have to worry.
Oh, all right. More for me then. He holds on to the one that he originally proffered to Hunter, but there are steins offered to the rest of you.
Jack's gonna look at it, take it, get a whiff of it, kind of go, eh. And Jack's gonna look at the man and go, I have something to add to this.
Oh, feel
God.
free.
Oh no.
And Jack's gonna look at the man and would you like some of what I'm about to spike mine with?
Sounds good to me.
Jack's gonna take a pinch of drums and put it into his, and then he's gonna take some, put it into his, and he's just gonna watch to see what happens.
The guy slams back a good amount of it, and immediately his eyes go wide. Oh, whoa! That ain't alcohol. Oh, that's oh. Yeah, mix a little bit of that in your drink, and you can drink after dark, can't you?
Exactly. And then the immediate reaction of Jack of downing it with the drums in it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he matches you pace for pace, draining the rest of the stein right along you.
Lene had politely grabbed her own and is holding it.
It's got a strong, almost medicinal smell mixed together with it. It's like when you have a nice fruity drink, but someone put a bit too much vodka in.
So take a little tiny sip.
Okay. Would you say that your character has experienced drinking strong spirits?
No, just the party wine, which is not really party wine.
Okay. Well, if you'd like, you can roll an endurance to see how well you handle your liquor.
For one sip, this poor girl. Let's try.
Poor
if it's just a
bee.
sip, I'll tell you, you pass on a 0 unless you keep drinking.
Well, let's see. I think I only have one endurance.
Well, that's
a
zero.
pass. So you are you taste it and you get a good feeling for it. You're fairly confident you could not get through this entire stein without getting drunk. Maybe not completely sloshed, but it's strong. You're unaffected at this time.
I like that it has that kind of taste. Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, well, we are more than happy to share what we've got, especially with the fellow hunters. Or the, he gestures to Katie, the hunter adjacent.
Hello.
As long as you're doing the good work, you are good by us.
Mm-hmm.
And he pauses to look at Honey. You kind of look familiar, like I know someone looks a lot like you. You related to Granny? There's Honey just kind of works her eyebrow up. She's like, probably nothing. Never mind. Go say hi to her sometime. Maybe you're related. I don't know. First time here?
Yeah. She looks to Granny to Honey real fast at the mention of that, but it's like, yeah, we're new here.
Honey takes her hat off, places it over her chest, and gives a wry smile. The man across from you returns the smile. All right, so most of you are new then.
While they're chatting, Katie is gonna go. chug the stuff and that it was offering.
Okay.
Jamie will drink anything once.
All
Maybe
right.
twice.
Christ.
If you're chugging it, I'm gonna have you roll endurance.
Okay.
Your target is 1. If you have 1 success, then you won't have too many issues. But that's a fair amount of alcohol for someone so small.
You can do it. Or maybe I should say you shouldn't.
Yeah, that's 3 ticks.
Oh, you've got a good amount. Okay,
oh,
1
wow.
degree of success.
Very
You
nice.
are pleasantly buzzed. You're not going to suffer any issues, but you're feeling light on your feet. You're feeling a little more unfocused than usual. You feel very smiley. Like very smiley.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, someone likes the flavor, don't they?
Oh, okay.
All right. Well,
Hmm.
we'll probably monitor you a little bit before we get you another. All right, ma'am.
I'm always monitored.
She kind of has to be.
Adult supervision. I'm an adult.
No, you are not.
It's okay. We'll be right next to you.
I stick my tongue out at them.
Oh yeah, she's definitely got to be feeling it.
Hmm.
All right. Well, well, honestly, you want to get what brings you here? What's got you in the heart of Strav?
I looked
You
at
don't
Jack.
Clown
I looked
murder.
at her.
clown murder.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Y'all got. He does pause as he looks to the ladies. Y'all are brave. Is what I was saying. Y'all are brave.
To a certain degree, I suppose you could say.
Well,
Brave, reckless, dumb. I've heard all the adjectives.
Oh. By the way, question for you.
oh, how can I help?
Jack's gonna pull out that letter. Do you recognize this lettering?
Is that the letter from the dream?
Yep.
I'm trying to remember. You were talking to someone. Oh, I'm trying to remember the details around it and what I was connecting it to.
Oh yeah.
Could you refresh it? Because I feel like it's been a little while.
So during Jackalope and Honey's sleep, where Jackalope had a waking nightmare, more or less, or night terror, depending on how you want to look at it, a individual that Jackalope does not recognize appeared in his dream and asked him to deliver a letter. The individual clearly had not been awake in a long time, given that the last thing the individual remembered was going to sleep underneath a tree. He asked Jackalope if he does jobs, odd jobs. Jack said yes. He handed Jack a letter which probably wasn't the smartest idea, given Jackalope's hands in that dream were covered in blood. But Jackalope doesn't recognize the lettering. It's not a text that Jackalope is familiar with. And he asked him to deliver it. To who, Jackalope has no idea, as the guy left via a door that Jackalope did not recognize.
Okay. You said that the letter knows where it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. The guy takes a look at it, looks at the script. Afraid not, there, friend. Don't look familiar to me, at least. I can try asking some folks around.
Roll sense
you-
motive.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Roll sense if
And
sense.
immediately like,
sensory if you'd like.
shit.
No, that's a net 0. He seems to be telling the truth. He seems to be authentic about this.
Cool.
Be appreciated if you did.
Yeah. All right, if I hold on to it, or do you want me to just do a quick sketch?
Hold on to it. I'll get it from you later. Just don't die.
Oh, trust me, if that ain't something you got to worry about till nightfall. See you in a bit.
Yep.
That he just heads off. Honey, meanwhile, seems to look around. Well, it seems like we arrived right at the end of at least a decent hunt. We got a lot of folks partying, and she sniffs the air carefully. There's more than a few folk injured, so that's probably why they're so cheery.
Can I ask what kind of hunt would have happened?
Oh, well, every night's a hunt. All of them. But it's just a question of how many folks come back and how many heads they take. You know?
So every day you guys have the festival?
Well, yeah, it just depends on how, like, the celebration depends on how rough the night was. Normally, if you got the whole town a singing, if you got a chorus of voices from end to end of the village, it was a rough night.
Oh. Is it not is it like you guys they plan to hunt one thing or everybody hunts and then at the end
Oh,
they kind
it's a
of
wild hunt, friend. It's a wild hunt.
a wild hunt?
Yeah. You go around and you hunt whatever you can. Sometimes you band together and you hunt bigger prey. Sometimes you just take out the scragglers, the little ones, before they have a chance to be not so little. Make sure that you take out the doppelgangers early in the night, lest they become bigger and stronger by night's end. That sort of deal.
Hmm.
That you can hear it has to be the most boisterous, bright laughter in the entire village as someone clearly approaches. You're going to guess this woman is probably in her late 40s. And her eyes are right on Honey, as there seems to be a gleaming twinkle in eyes that you could swear are the exact same shade as hers.
Hmm.
Well, I've got to say, I was not expecting us to have guests today.
Rhyming.
Oh, that one's a delight. And I'm going to guess she's already a little... She uses her thumb and finger and gestures like a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
All right. Well, it is good to see y'all, and I'm gonna guess... Honey looks amused as the person looks her up or down. I'm gonna guess that your grandma comes from around here. Honey just
Grandma?
shrugs. You could say that, yeah. My grandma was born and raised here. But it's been a little while since I was back here. Let's see. How many? Was it good? 120? It was 120, wasn't it? 120 moons.
oh, the cycle.
So 120 moons, there's 12 in a year, so... No, that don't sound right, do it. He shrugs. I don't know how long it's been, honestly, but chances are I'm probably a bit older than you'd think. That woman looks amused, but just shrugs. All right, well, in that case, y'all coming to party? Y'all coming to hunt? Is this business or pleasure, or the mix thereof?
We're checking out the area at the moment,
Party, 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 party. She starts breakdancing.
and she
yeah,
wants a
she
party.
Goodness.
Oh, she's sauced.
No,
where?
that's your turn normally.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot my manners. I must have been drinking more than I thought myself. The name's Dyla.
Dyla?
Dyla.
Hunter.
It's nice to meet you.
Oh, pleasure's mine. Hunter. Profession and name.
Both.
Your mama must have known exactly what you ought to be.
Well, she
Heard
knew
that.
something.
Dial up, telephone. She trips and falls over.
Oh, okay. Maybe we cut her off at how many she's already had, huh?
Be
She's had
one.
one.
One? Oh, darling, I'm always forgetting outsiders. They got soft stomachs.
Don't worry, I got this. Katie.
Huh?
Ah.
Ah.
Jack's gonna pop some like a sprinkle of drums in her mouth.
Okay, well,
Jesus
first off,
Christ.
Katie, you kind of want to vomit immediately, but you're able to keep it down fairly easily. It's just really, really acrid when it's applied straight on the tongue and not diluted with at least some water. But it does immediately rush through you, and now, you wouldn't say this sobered you up, but it now has your mind running a mile a minute while you're buzzed. So,
Well, ew.
yeah.
Oh, ew. At least put that in the stuff before you give it to me. What the heck?
Don't worry, I got this. Jack's gonna pick Katie up, place her
What?
towards the party, and just say, "Be free."
Yay!
Are you sure that's a good idea?
You are immediately forgiven.
And Jack's gonna look at all of them and go, "No, that was an awful idea. However, the outcome will be funny."
You know, I'm inclined to agree, Dyla says. But just in case, yo, James, watch her. You just hear a loud grunt from one of the nearby buildings. Okay.
I don't know, maybe I should go too. She's worrying about Katie. I'm sure
Hunter,
she'll make some interesting scenarios. Let's go together.
Hunter just pulls
Alright.
out his flask and starts drinking a bit from it.
Okay.
Wait, Len, do you actually remember the actual reason why we were here again?
I definitely do out of character. It's really in character.
You have to reach the heart of the forest in order to fulfill your challenge.
I do remember, yeah.
What was it again?
We have to reach the heart of the forest.
That.
Oh, all right. That sounds more business than pleasure. I will admit. What you going down there for? I ain't ever heard of someone going down there for fun. That's for certain.
More or less, we were just told to.
Oh. Who'd you piss off?
Yes.
Somebody who wants entertainment. You were just told to
Oh.
go to the heart of the forest. I'm not sure what kind of challenge we'll have there.
Gross. Well, I can count on one hand the number of folks what have come back from going to the forest, and they've all ended up old.
Old.
Yeah, she gestures to the outside. Old hunters?
Oh. Oh. How do they just when they go over there? Or just does that also happen over time in this area?
Little both. I mean, I don't think there's many folks fool enough to go in there when they're like just casual like. You don't usually go to the biggest, baddest sort of area for fun. Usually it's the folks who have dedicated their lives to doing it, or it's the folks who know that they ain't got too many hunts left in them. They go out there and they try to go on the final hunt. They come back as old hunters, and that's that.
Mm.
Do you have like records of what kind of things are over there?
Mostly oral storytelling. It's better that way. Don't want to let too much info flow freely. You never know what might be a what did Granny call it? Cognito hazard or something? Katie, you're still close enough that you do hear someone say that.
Did someone say cognito hazard?
Oh, you got the same vocab as Grandma?
Who yo grandma?
Oh, that's Granny.
What?
Just that who yo grandma.
Oh, your gran.
Are we about to make some jambalaya next? Like what's going on?
Where?
My grandma's Granny, so here, I'll go ahead and get a hold of her. I just really hope that they sealed the casks. She heads inside one of the nearby buildings where some of the singing is coming out the loudest. One of the louder voices goes from singing wildly to immediately shouting about how get the hell away from my scuttlebutt before an even older woman comes out. All right. Why in the hell are y'all bringing me out here? Oh, cool. We got some visitors. Who the fuck cares?
They said that you said cognito hazard once. I know what cognito hazards are. Why do you know what cognito hazards are?
It's a simple portmanteau of the word cognito and hazard, to think or to know, and hazard, as in dangerous to know, information that hurts you if you have it. Simple as.
But the only people who talk about the cognito hazards are the peoples is from the Foundation. You're not
Well,
from the Foundation.
sounds to me like the Foundation's the only folks with a couple of brain cells to be rubbing up against one another.
Yeah,
I take it you're one of them foundationals?
kind of.
All right.
I've tried not to think about it, really. It's complicated and sad.
Okay. I'm gonna guess that's your guide. She points to Honey.
Yeah.
She looks like my aunt.
What?
Just lean over to Lynn and be like, I feel like I should be concerned.
Honey just waves and is like, "Hi, Jez." And there's a pause. Someone get me Scuttlebutt.
What is scuttlebutt?
Well, a butt is a type of cask. You hold it, you use it to hold liquids, in this case, booze. Then you scuttle it, you punch a hole in it, and then you drink from it. Scuttlebutt. You scuttle the butt, you drink it.
That sounds like a boot shine.
No, it's Honey interrupts. It's actually a term that originates from more seafaring folk, which suggests to me that you really are Jez. Cause Jez's mom was an outsider who came in originally from what's that sandy place y'all got west of here? It's there. Came from there. Scuttlebutt's a nautical term.
Hmm.
Oh.
There's a momentary pause before Jez says, "All right. I don't. We. Y'all do some time shenanigans or what?"
I love
Uh,
time shenanigans.
No.
She says as her eye, like her fucking pupils get larger and larger.
Yeah.
Well, my auntie would be pushing 80, maybe 90 right now, and if you're pushing 80, ma'am, then I need your skincare routine, and I will kill for it. Murder, straight up.
You're gonna see Jack stop for a second and like slowly look to Honey. You do not look 80.
Yeah, I would say that the whole dying and resurrecting thing really helped keep my youthful complexion.
Yeah, would definitely do it.
I don't
Yeah,
think you'd
I
want
guess-
that skincare routine.
Jez scoffs. Look, I live here in Strav. Dying, coming back. That sounds to me like a nice Tuesday afternoon. How about you? If I'm gonna die, no matter what I do, I might as well look good doing it.
Sadly, it's not possible anymore.
That's so fair.
Ah. Well, if it's not possible, then it's not possible. I get on that. But still, though, it's weird to be. What am I? 60, 65 years older than you? I'm 65 years older than my auntie. Oh, that's some fuckery right there.
I don't know how old I am.
How old you are? Lil Miss, I don't know who you are.
I don't
I'm
know.
talking about Honey.
Oh.
My auntie, Honey.
Oh.
I think she's a little bit out of it.
I'm curious what
Family
conversation
octopus
she
is
was
weird.
having. Family octopus. Honestly, no. Once time shenanigans get involved, yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
You
goodness.
have any more of the drink stuff? It tastes good.
Oh, I have loads, and it's
Yay.
mine.
Aw.
Little Miss, you look like if I give you another drink, you're not going to remember the rest of the today, but everyone else is.
Goodness.
Hunter
gimme,
reaches
gimme,
into
gimme,
his
gimme.
coat pocket, pulls out his flask, and slowly hands it to her.
Oh
Yes.
my lord.
Gimme, 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 gimme.
Are we sure this is a good
Immediately, Jess
idea?
steps in and moves your flask out of the way,
No.
only to hand her a stein.
Yeah.
I'm not having her drink from some tiny little old thing. I do not care what's inside of it. It ain't the good. Little miss. Little miss, you better make me a promise.
Mhm,
If you
mhm.
black out, you make
Mhm.
this a night to remember.
Jesus.
There's a very low sigh from a good number of the people around them. I'm being judged. But I'm also having fun. Katie, go ahead and make me another endurance roll. This one, your target to beat is 2.
Two.
Oh, boy.
no.
Oh, okay. Well, needed 2. You got -1. That's a critical difference.
Jesus.
So, you. Oh, you feel good, honey. You feel good. You are floaty. You're outside of yourself, and you have. Well, you already had very little self-restraint or critical thinking. You're pretty sure that you're now in the negative integers in regards to that. You are, in a word, feeling a little silly.
Pull out my glitter grenades. This party needs music.
You're surrounded by song.
This party needs more music.
Very concerned.
I'm inclined to agree, actually, as she takes her own stein and then drains the entire thing in one shot. Now, hit it, little miss.
What party is without percussions? I pull
She
out
covers her ears.
I pull the pins from the grenade.
Oh, okay, I'm going.
Just hear a deep sigh.
Things start going off. That's the first explosion. It's not the last. As many other people start celebrating, they hear that and they think, "Oh, fireworks!" And let me tell you, the fire starts its work.
Oh goodness.
Things quickly spread. Fortunately, not literal fire, but there's a lot of folks whose day literally brightens as the party keeps going on wild. Though you note that Jez pulls most of your group together. Lynn, do you try to stick with Katie?
Yes. She tries very hard.
Okay, well, Jez will leave you to try and steward the chaos gremlin, but we'll pull Hunter and Jack into a side area alongside Honey.
She follows after, but she's smiling as like the festival's getting to her. There's a lot of tension from the whole trying not to die is trying to slip out of her as she gets just one more little sort of drink set aside. It takes one more sip, but she follows after Katie.
Lene, can you do the Tons of Charles? It's a
what?
new dance that I have invented in my stupor. It's like the Charleston, but more.
What's the Charleston? Is this?
I don't
It's a dance,
know.
but you know what? Katie, I'm gonna have you roll a dex roll as we pivot over to the other group.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jez pulls 2 of you, looks over at the 2 of you with a it's not a sad look or anything like that, just a tired one, and she goes, "I'm sorry, I could not hold a serious conversation with her."
Not many can.
No, that's pretty normal.
Jokes aside, I did hear what y'all were saying to my granddaughter earlier. The heart, huh?
Indeed.
Okay. And is this just a pit stop? Heal yourselves up on your way there?
Yeah, we were with Honey. We didn't even realize this place was on the way, so.
Well, everything's on the way if you don't think about it.
Fair enough.
And that's,
So what is
to be
the
clear,
heart?
that's fairly literal. The heart is the deepest point in the Forest of Strav. It's where all the Rim come from, really.
Oh, so it's a grim pit.
No. It ain't no pit. We call the one person has seen it and come back. Was here for a couple of days and then left and never came back after that. Stays outside, hunting, as she always did. But she said it wasn't a pit. She said that when you got deep enough, far enough in, you found it. It was a tree. Bigger one than any of the others. And they get big down there. They get real big. Pulsed and flowed. Black ichor flowing through each of its leaves and its roots and all of that. And a gaping hole in its center. And in that hole, you can see where it all comes from. She said she saw it all. Couldn't seal it, not on her own. So she did what she did best. For 3 days and 3 nights, she fought nonstop and killed everything there that came out. Then she left when she was too exhausted to keep fighting. Told us what she had, and then she went back out there to keep on hunting. It ain't a pit. It's a hollow.
Bit concerning.
Any information on the actual item itself, though?
The item? You mean the tree?
Yep.
It's big as hell.
It's a hollow, it's a tree. The entire tree is basically this entire forest, right?
It's connected to a mall. It's, I wouldn't say that the tree is the whole forest. Similar to Myceniid colonies, mushrooms. They're all interconnected. They're all part of the same living organism, but you can't point at one mushroom and say it's all the mushrooms. That's just the one mushroom, but it is part of what all the mushrooms are a part of. You could say this whole forest is a colony.
Jack's gonna slowly lean over to Hunter. The hell's a mushroom?
You've never seen a mushroom?
Momentary pause to shift over. Katie, you rolled a net 0 on that roll. You're very confident that what you did is not the dance move that you had inside of your head. In fact, you just managed to perform what you don't realize is Orange Justice. You are you go across the area, and most of your dancing could be more described as flailing, but it's still a good time. It's groovy.
He just smiles watching you.
Yeah. It isn't long before someone very clearly tries to pressure you into dancing just as wildly and with reckless abandon as your companion.
Oh my gosh. This one, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's clear. Everyone here is bright and they're happy to be alive and they want you to party just as hard as everyone else. So,
Heck yeah.
yeah,
Heck, I'll try to party harder if I can.
very good. Now we pivot back to Wally. While two of you, I assume Katie's gonna come up with some silly plan while off screen.
Yeah. Probably pull Lynn into it.
Yeah. So Jack and Hunter, you're back in conversing with that person. Jez.
No, I don't know what a mushroom is.
Oh.
What do they look like?
There were many of them.
Yeah, many different kinds. Ever seen a penis? They're kind of shaped like that.
Oh, corpse flowers.
Oh, yeah. Many of the myconids, they like to grow on corpses and things like that.
They're called mushrooms?
Depends on where you come from.
Some
You can
of them
probably
are
tell. I
edible,
call them
some of them are
myconids.
not.
So
I've only ever heard them called corpse flowers.
It's just one version of them.
different vernaculars for all sorts of folk.
Some of them are almost identical to human flesh. It's kind of fascinating.
Oh, yeah, they're very meaty, I find. Depends on your breed, though.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Well, for our purposes, it's really just talking about a deeply interconnected biological structural system where you could consider it an interconnected colony of life forms that form a whole collective while simultaneously existing within their own personal state. Kind of like how you would describe an army as being composed of soldiers, and you can point at a soldier and they can be part of an army, but you can't point at a soldier and say that is an army.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can tell you that the hollow at the heart of the forests resilient. It's resistant to most kinds of explosives, and that when she got there, she felt an overwhelming call to crawl in. And instead, she threw in her said explosives and determined it was very resilient. Couldn't cut the hollow itself either, the hollow tree. All the ones around it came down like anything else, but not the heart.
Hmm. 50-50 says Katie jumps in when we get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's where we're heading. Good to know that information. By the way, I have one of your people running around with a letter of some kind. I can't read it. I was asked to deliver it.
All right.
If you recognize the text whenever it does get to your door, do let me know.
Yeah, sure thing. I'll take a look at it. I consider myself to be the most, let's say, academically advanced member of our society. And not just because I lived long enough to do it.
I see.
Well, y'all got any more questions, or are we getting ready to party hard?
Yeah, sounds like kind of like looks out the side and he's just like, everyone's already starting to party.
Well, yeah, I didn't ask if you were ready to party. I asked if you were ready to party hard. Because when I get back out there, I'll make sure that every single one of them stops holding themselves back.
That's holding back.
Oh, darling, you ain't seen a straw party.
Do people fist fight?
Yeah, at a regular party. Trust me, more than fists are gonna be flying.
I mean, question, are people going to be making poor financial decisions based upon the brawls between two very drunk individuals?
I mean,
That may or may not require fist, weapons, and or any other random assortments of tools.
she blinks once. I mean, they probably could. We don't really use money around these parts. Ain't much reason for it. But if you got things to trade, absolutely, make yourself some bets.
Ammo. Ammo sounds like a good choice.
Oh yeah, that. Now that's something worth betting.
Hey, Hunter,
Mm-hmm.
hold my arm.
Kind of like
Jack's
rolls
just
his
gonna
eyes
pop
before grabbing your arm.
Jack's just gonna pop off his robotic arm, hand it to Hunter, start cracking every bone in his body, and walking outside.
Oh hey, boy, just want to make sure. Are you trying to make yourself look weaker or stronger by taking your arm off?
I'm giving them a handicap.
Okay, just want to make sure. She leans into Hunter and whispers, "Yeah, so actually, they're a lot more likely to go all out against somebody with some scars. Means they're tough enough to survive, you know?"
Well,
And you notice her eyes trail along Jack's back and his back side.
Oh, what the?
The 80-year-old woman is fairly interested in seeing what's about to go down.
Oh no!
All
I
right.
tell him admirer.
He's don't have a lot of folks chasing him then.
He's like, yeah.
Her eyes finally break away from Jack, and she says, "Sorry, what were you saying?"
Go party hard.
Oh yeah, oh trust me, I'm gonna. She steps outside, looks around, and immediately shouts, "All right, Time for more scuttlebutt. She goes away to drink and gossip a lot. The party is going strong. And as she starts purposefully drumming up more and more hype for the whole thing, it really starts just throwing itself into the full energy of it all. The singing gets louder and more discordant. More songs are being sung than just the traditional one. Honey joins in singing some of the older songs that only really Jez knows by heart. And everything starts going wild. I'm going to take a look at the Discord and go through in alphabetical order in order to figure out what everyone's doing during this time. Katie, as everything gets even more chaotic and harder to keep track of, what are you doing? Knowing full well that unless you want to stick with Lynn, there's a very good chance that you're going to be separated simply by the force of the crowds.
I mean, Katie kind of like I think the people in her head kind of like blur together. But if Lynn gets like separated, I imagine like I don't know. I think I can see Katie attempting to construct a pyramid like she sees in all those like movies, like the cheerleaders and things. But she's not terribly coordinated, and she doesn't really see the amount of people, and her words aren't coordinated. So I don't know if she actually managed to convince anyone. So she's kind of like attempting to climb before collapsing on like top of people. She's just kind of dancing. She's just partying, man.
You attempt to coordinate in a very limited sense. The kind of bringing folks together. If my voice sounds weird, it's because I coughed really hard just now.
Yeah, so good.
So things are a little bit weird at first as you try to figure it out. But what you're fairly confident is that as you are currently on top of a large pile of collapsed human beings, just squirming around in dance movements on top of aforementioned pile, you're still sure you're having a good time. Especially because someone was foolish enough to get you another stein of drink. Do you choose to drain that one too?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make an endurance roll with difficulty of 3.
Okay. I'll have to like succeed on every No, not happening.
Well, a lot happens. But first, we're going to turn to Lynn. Lynn, you're the next person in the Discord line, so if you could go ahead and tell me what you're doing as you lose track of Katie.
Oh, wait, before that, I'd be like, Katie, can I have some of your glitter, please?
God.
Yeah.
Let's go shoot it up in the sky.
Yeah.
So she starts like using her gravity and like throws all of the glitter up in the sky. She starts swirling that thing around like a color explosions where people are like knocked back by the different flashing colors going around.
Oh
Probably
my
like
god,
tripping
it's
up some
colored
people.
like my soul.
Yeah.
And then there's like gonna be like some type of like stuffed animal that's doing a weird dance that Katie was doing. On top of everything.
Okay, so then we have a series of we have an epileptic's worst nightmare as a series of brightly colored glitter grenades go off while you have a stuffed animal doing orange justice. Am I understanding this correctly?
And a bunch of and then like there's glitter everywhere around that too, so it's like keeping the whole like everywhere atop like occupied with colors.
Incredible. Okay, Hunter, what are you doing?
Hunter's probably going to be like the designated driver, and he's just gonna be slowly sipping from his little like hand-sized flask, which I guess for him would actually be quite large. And he's just watching on the area, trying to make sure that if one of his companions starts actively killing people, he can knock him down.
Okay, so you've decided to be the DD. What you're fairly confident is that if you did have epilepsy, you'd have died by now. It's a lot. It is visually a lot to take in, particularly when you see that Katie has not only constructed a pile of humans that you think was supposed to be in a organized group until someone fell over, and then everyone fell over. And then you saw that another empty stein is next to Katie, and then you don't see Katie anymore.
Well,
So funny.
And what is Jack doing as all of this is going down?
Well, Jack would have started a fighting ring at some point.
Okay. All right.
But
I'm gonna.
he'll
ahead.
fight 2 fights and then disappear to as quiet a place as he can find.
Okie doke. I will have you roll 1 endurance and 1 strength to represent the fights. Okay, so both of them are a net 0. It's a bit difficult, particularly when fighting with only one arm, and you're fairly confident that you're not drunk from drinking. You're punch drunk.
Yay!
You end up coming out on top, but you're fairly confident that you've got more knots in your head than in a gnarled tree, and your vision is swimming a little bit. And you do end up finding that quiet place off to the side as your head is pounding like a hangover.
And Jack would just casually pull off the lovely little black semi-cloak he has, pull out his dog tags, start swinging them left to right to have him make a tiny chime, and sing melodies from his world instead.
Okay. As all this is continuing to go down, it's at least 3 straight hours of this. Of all of these things going down. Every time that someone gets about a minute of rest or quiet respite, usually a few minutes later, they find themselves involved in something, some sort of chaos. And then they get a short period of respite again. And then the chaos comes back. The world is constantly flowing with all of this energy, as by the time that things start rolling around, everyone at some point or another gets asked a question. The first person is Jack. One of the people that you punched out is going to ask, "Hey, are you joining the hunt tonight?" He says between broken teeth.
Jack's gonna look at him, cock his head, and go, "Depends. If it benefits me."
It's fun, and it's the good work. 6 cartridges says you can't fuck up something bigger than I and my boys.
Does a clown count?
Yeah, go ahead. Kill one tonight. You win all 6 cartridges.
You're already behind then.
I said do it tonight. It's not night. Ha! 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 Oh, I can taste my teeth.
Jack's gonna look at him and go, "You sure about that?"
I'm fairly confident they're my teeth.
Nah, there's someone else's teeth. Go find them.
Okay. And he walks off, a mixture of punch drunk and literally drunk enough that he genuinely thinks that someone else's teeth are in his mouth right now.
Jesus.
Hunter, you end up getting asked by someone who's almost as sober as you are, as he ends up spotting you, keeping an eye on everything, and just asks casually, "You planning on hunting tonight or taking a rest?"
Probably gonna be hunting if my crew decides to.
Okay.
What
Well, it'd
kind
be
of
good to
hunts
see
do we
you on the
do here?
battlefield. Oh, we hunt whatever's around. But with a couple of outsiders, probably a big enough occasion to try to go on a bigger hunt. Try to find some larger prey.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know what it's going to be. That's usually for the boss to decide.
Hmm.
Whoever the boss ends up being tonight, anyway. Hey, who knows? He claps you on the shoulder firmly. Maybe you'll get put up as boss. It'd be a neat little change of events.
I ain't a leader.
Boss isn't a leader. Nah, that's Granny. Boss is just the boss.
Huh.
You'll get what I mean tonight, if you come along. Like I said, it'd be good seeing you there.
Aye.
In the meantime, he brandishes another stein. You sure?
I'm alright.
All right. Have fun your own way, brother. He drinks about half of it before turning to one of the larger groups, breaking into a full sprint, and then just jumping in the air to body slam some dude.
Jesus Christ.
They both hit the ground hard and bust out laughing. A laugh that rings out loud enough that even practically halfway across the village, Lynn is still able to hear it. She's probably around 18, maybe 19. They're decked out with more than a few weapons on her sides, and a bright, if a bit naive smile on her face. Wow, that's some interesting wings you got there. I've seen kinds of faunas before, but nothing like that. You planning on hunting with them?
Well, I can't really retract them, so I guess they have to go with me everywhere.
Okay, that's still pretty cool.
Thank you, though.
Yeah. Do you plan on going on tonight's hunt, or do you plan on getting some sleep? I know that a lot of folks they can get real tired when they first get here in Strav.
I'll be honest, I'm definitely not used to staying up, but I'm with my team, so I guess if they decide that we're going, that would be fine with me.
Okie doke. Well, remember, you're not from Strav, so no pressure. There's nothing wrong with taking the time that you can rest. Wherever you're headed, I'm sure you're going to be doing the good work along the way. So don't stress if you can't. But it'd be great to see another, force of nature out there.
I appreciate it. You look pretty decked out yourself.
Yeah, thanks. A lot of them are hand-me-downs, but I'll be wetting my teeth on them, pretty soon. I haven't been on too many hunts. This will actually be my 6th hunt as an active frontline fighter.
Oh, front line.
Yeah.
Mm.
I survived the last 5 just fine. She gestures to she adjusts the collar of her shirt to show a fairly recent scar. That's the only thing that I have on my, it's the only thing that I have as a mark of my failure. This one had a big old tusk. Managed to get me. Didn't just nail me, though. It got that tusk right inside. And she gestures with her finger as if hooking under her collarbone. Thing dragged me about 20 meters before something snapped. It's gnarly.
Oh, goodness. Well,
Yeah. Fortunately, what snapped was its face. It didn't think to take my gun.
well, I'm glad you're okay.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
Oh, well,
Hmm?
maybe if we do go, maybe I'll see you on the front or wherever
Oh,
we
I'd
are.
love that. Yeah, I'll be able to watch your back. And you mine.
Yeah.
In the meantime, though, her eyes refocus on someone in the distance, see a dumbass. She takes her sword off her hip and, making sure to fasten the sheath so it doesn't come off, hurls it so that it beans someone else in the head. And after it crashes through a window, as she then sprints towards said window to leap through, screaming, "Bar fight!" and leaps through the window to tackle someone.
The tackling reminds me of Katie. Wait,
Yeah.
where'd she go?
And speaking of Katie, it's been 3 hours. You don't remember much of what's been going on recently. You're fairly certain that a flash of all sorts of things went through your head, and you did not realize that you are the kind of person to start teaching a class. But you're fairly confident that at some point between when you've just now begun to refocus and when you lost focus in the first place with that third sign, you're fairly certain that you led a seminar on your, what was it, your parfait a la Defiance of God?
Yeah.
Yep. Between that and certain chemical compounds that you didn't realize you knew the recipe for, you're fairly certain that you have either reinvented chemical warfare in this area or you've reinvented culinary design. You can't tell which, and considering considering the person that's doing it, it might be both. What you know for certain is that there is a man, probably in his late 30s, who looks to be chained to several walls. Several in the case that he took them with him as they are currently still dragging across the ground behind him.
The walls?
The walls that are still chained to his body. And he gives a loud snort and he's like, huh, I don't know what that drums shit you gave me was, but wow. Wow.
It's stuff. It's stuff.
Yeah. You bringing it to the hunt tonight?
Maybe. Am I going on a hunt tonight?
I don't know. Are you going on a hunt tonight?
I don't know.
Well,
I
heck.
mean, if the friends want it, it could be fun. I'll make it fun.
Oh, trust me, it's gonna be fun. I don't know. We don't know who the boss is going to be, but when we get a rager this big, it's usually the one that stays standing the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was boss once. Oh, that was that was a good night. I don't remember much of it though. Oh wow.
Boss. That could make a cool boss. I'm gonna be the boss of me. I'm gonna be the boss of you. I'm gonna be the boss of life.
Oh, if you want to be the boss, then you just gotta be the boss.
Yeah.
He gives you finger guns while stumbling backwards over his assorted chains and walls. See you later,
I like your
boss.
walls. Yeah.
Don't you worry. They're not my walls.
Hey.
Yeah. By the time that you see him again a little bit later, he does have another wall. But
Oh my
as the
gosh.
full group reassembles inside of one of the main areas, as everyone's more or less pushed into the same region, you all see each other again.
Am I still drunk?
Yeah, you're still drunk. You're conscious, unlike whatever was going on the last several hours that you do not remember, but you are still drunk.
Dude.
Hmm.
Very drunk indeed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Feeling good. Are we doing the hunt tonight?
Lynn, by the way, I feel like I should mention, you were the only one who can see it clear enough. There is on Katie's upper back a new tattoo.
Huh,
You can't make out what it is through the cloth, but there's definitely something there that wasn't there before. Yeah.
here, you have something on your back real fast. Can you just turn around real fast?
Yeah, sure. I do a 360 spin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
She-
turn around
she-
and they're
she-
facing her again.
Yeah.
Oh,
I go
no.
ahead and I grab her shoulders and then I slowly turn her around and keep her propped there. I'm gonna take a look.
Yay!
Take a look.
Whee!
Yeah, it's text that reads queen killing killer queen.
Oh, nothing. Never mind. It's all nice. And she's gonna. She gets out her notebook or her camera, takes a picture silently.
Yay!
Yeah, it's in a very fancy font.
I still have a back.
You do. She takes a picture of the thing on her back, and then when she turns around and smiles, she takes a picture of that too, as if like she has no idea. A night to remember.
Yay!
Or a
I
day, I
don't
guess.
remember, but yay!
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are y'all going on the hunt?
I mean, Jack's gonna look at them. Do you see any benefit to actually doing this?
I don't know. Could have folks following us, I suppose.
I've had trouble seeing for the last 25 hours.
Are we together now?
Yes, the whole team is.
Okay. Then I'll say, is that person who knows about the heart, is she going on the hunt too?
From what
'Cause maybe-
from what you're all able to tell, every able-bodied person goes on the hunt.
Oh. I think maybe if we want to talk to, I mean, if you guys want to, we could always wait till after, or maybe we could help out and then talk to the person who's seen the heart. Did I know about this? Never mind. Should I not be saying this? I don't know if I know this.
You don't know about the heart.
I know this. Never
Actually.
mind. Oh,
But-
should we go? How about we take a rest? She says. Never mind. Just
Might
kidding.
work to befriend a few folks, I would say.
I don't really care either way.
I've been making friends. I've been making friends with everybody here, probably.
Tell me
I don't
one name
remember
you
who-
remember.
James.
Actually, his
Bella?
name is James.
Oh.
It's just James, singular.
Well, there.
There's the guy with the walls. Did you see the guy with the walls? His walls were so cool.
Actually, I guess there was someone that I talked to a little bit. But it's fine. Maybe I guess I'd like to help out. Just make sure they're okay.
Alright.
Was that the young lady who was fist fighting people, a la throwing her sword by any chance?
I did see her throw something into a bar. Was it in a bar?
Yes, because there was drinks coming out of there, and I watched her ride someone out while decking them in the head with a scabbard.
Oh,
Everyone
I
here
guess-
is so cool. I love everyone. I love you guys. You guys are so cool and so sad, but so cool.
aw. I love you too, Katie. And she gives little head pats, a bunch of head pats.
Yay!
To be fair, maybe we could, I don't know, use these people to our advantage. Try to see if we can't navigate them maybe to some degree towards the tree, the middle. Half of them are so drunk, I'm pretty sure you could do it without much provocation.
Interesting.
Maybe more people would be a bit safer.
Probably
I
not
try to help
safer, but at least make it to where maybe if we run into something that we don't want to deal with, we can shove it onto them.
Oh, that's I don't know about that one, but I at least agree to I guess to help out during the hunt.
So we're hunting them.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
We're always hunting.
Well, not all of us can talk grim.
Aww.
As you're
do you
saying
Do you
that,
feel sad
there's
for us
some-
not being able to talk to Grim?
wanna look at Katie and
Yes.
just be like, do you drink anything in particular in order to sober up?
Me?
Yeah. Do you have like a drink that just sobers you up?
I don't know. I just drink all the things. They don't usually give me this stuff in the place.
Hey, Jack, do you have something
don't
you
think
drink we
it's
need to
realistic.
just immediately sober up?
I'm not handing
Well-
her more drums. She's gonna start
Well-
singing an A sharp because she's never
You-
had more
you-
than one
You
set.
drink the drums to sober up?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Hunter,
Yeah.
I had to let you know that based off of chemical stuff, there's nothing that you can really take to just like not be drunk anymore. You probably still have
Unfortunate.
it inside you.
Alright, Katie, think of the worst tasting beverage you can possibly think of.
I think I have a solution to this problem.
He pulls
What?
out his flask. What's that?
What?
Usually if drums doesn't work, usually them puking their guts out via somebody giving them the Heimlich usually helps.
No. That
Please
sounds
don't hand
bad.
his flask to Katie. Think of a bad drink.
I don't like this plan.
Think.
But,
before you're able to pressure her into drinking some foul concoction or another, there is the loud clanging of someone swinging something metal against metal. And it seems that someone is calling attention to the front of the area, as you notice that everyone's been more or less funneled into the large open town square. And you can see that Granny is currently swinging her cane against a large metal pole to get everyone's attention.
Oh.
All right, everybody, listen up. Everybody's here. Everybody's conscious.
Mostly.
All right. First things first. We got some new folk. Hi, new folk. The entire
Hi.
town roars in statements of "Hi, new folk."
Hi.
She waves.
Now, here's the question. Show of hands. Who is resting the night away? Do any of you raise your hand?
No.
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 Then no one in the entire town raises their hand.
I can't rest. I'm physically incapable. Probably.
Good. Then we
Yeah.
got ourselves a nice, able-bodied crew tonight. There's some more roars of approval before she slams her cane down on the ground very firmly in order to quiet everyone down. Now it's time to choose the boss of the night. For the sake of those what aren't used to this, the boss is the one who chooses the night's prey. Sometimes that just means go hog wild. Sometimes that means that we got something targeted. Sometimes it means we want to go drop ourselves one of those mimes. Sometimes it means that we want to make sure that we cripple the local Beowulf groups. Sometimes it means going deeper in the forest than we're used to. We don't know for certain. Show of hands, who wants to be the boss? Do any of you raise your hand?
I mean, Katie will raise her hand for anything most of the time.
Hunter's just to see Katie like start raising her hand. He's just to immediately grab her hand and move it down and move his hand up instead.
Oh.
He's not a leader, but he knows Katie will end in something badly.
Jackalope's gonna
No.
look at Hunter and just go try to get him towards the center of the place. By the way, can I have my arm back?
Oh yeah, here.
Oh yeah, kind of hard to raise your hand when you're missing one, huh?
Yeah. Jack's just gonna
Yeah.
slap it back on, which is gonna cause it to immediately like jolt forward as it like, reconnecting to nerves. Shoots up, then shoots back down. Oh, thank heavens. Okay, still moving, still workable.
Now, about a dozen or so hands go up alongside Hunter's as Grand continues looking across the group. It's like, all right. Now, Danny over there, you were boss last week. Shove it. Now, I do believe, what's your, Lasso? Lasso, put your hand down. I don't care what plans you got. I don't care. Last time you were boss, you got half of us inside of a mire. We're not going in the mire again. Think about what you did. Oh, newbie. You're a hunter. What was your name? Oh, you were the funny one. The funny name. Funny looking guy. Hunter?
Yeah.
So your group's okay. You know what? You're new here. And you're gonna be gone tomorrow, probably.
Practically.
Yeah.
Let's give the new person a chance. I'm not saying you're the boss yet, but go ahead, tell me what you want to hunt, cuz.
He's gonna like fold his arms over his chest, and he's like, "You got some crazy beasts in this forest, right? Said there are some Beowulfs around as well."
Yeah, a couple of baby Beowulfs. They're the easy ones.
So, what are some of the bigger fights that you have here?
Depends on how deep you're going. You know, we got a couple of ones that look like normal Beowulfs before they end up leaving. They're the ones that head out and go to the outer rim, so they're easy to take on. But then we got some of the more esoteric folks. We got the sirens. We got the Nuclevi. I think we got a couple wisps that have been spotted in the nearby area.
Suppose
If you're
I should reformat my question. How deep are you lot willing to go?
She flashes a toothy grin. How far are you willing to lead us?
I want to kill something big, bad, and fucking tough. And that sounds like it's leading straight deep into the heart, eh?
Well, I would normally say that something like that is foolhardy, suicidal, stupid, unbecoming of a Stravian. You ain't no Strav local. Folks, are we all a bunch of stupid ignoramuses?
Yeah!
A lot of people echo the call of yes from Katie.
Yes.
And a few people even shout, I don't know the meaning of the word.
I think I believe him.
You know what? It's been a while since we took a nice little stroll on the inside. Now, you kids, you want to go deep, deep in? Like heart deep? Y'all are going in there alone. But I don't see no reason why we can't clear some of the way. That sounds to me like work. And it is good. Let me just double check though. Y'all are sure you're wanting to go straight for it. Right now, right here.
I want to fight something big, bad, tough, and probably quite ugly.
Well, go ahead and look in the mirror, sir. And there's just laughter through the whole group.
I've fought myself too many times, thank you very much.
Oh, we all gotta fight our inner demons. And of course, you spend long enough in here, you gotta fight your outer ones. You hear several calls of fuck doppelgangers.
Did that once.
Yeah, most of us have done it. Got the t-shirt, came home, burned it, all that good shit. But if you're sure, then I say why not?
Jack's gonna walk forward a little bit, pop his arm, and you're all gonna hear the distinct sound. Y'all are used to it. But they're gonna hear the distinct sound of his arm cocking its shells. And he's gonna look her dead in the eye from below. You a mutt?
I've been called a bitch before.
But do you bite?
She looks at you with a bit of surprise for saying, I can bite. Sir, if you're coming on to me, it's gotta wait till tomorrow night. I'm not saying no.
You're all gonna see a very creepy grin come across Jackalope. Then how about all you people show me what a straw bite is and hunt?
Ooh.
Eh?
Oh, you're not looking for mutts. Honey, you found the hounds.
Good.
What?
All right. In that case, I think that I don't need to drum up any more additional hype and pizzazz. What I need to know is whether or not you want to go now, or she gives you a look. Do we need some time for you to see how I bite, hun?
Oh, God.
Jackalope's gonna look at Hunter. Looks like we got our hunting hounds.
Yeah.
Oh, just no sell it, huh? All right, I see how it is.
Sorry, Toots. But for me, this is business.
What? You can't mix the two? Oh well, your loss.
You know what? We're gonna go hunt. It's just like, yep, no, we're okay, yep. Where to?
We're all going hunt. Simple. You're gonna go in the direction that your heart tells you. And by that I mean you're gonna follow me.
All
And
right.
she just takes off. And for a woman who looks to be in her late 40s, who's claimed to be in her 80s, she is fast.
Let's go, ladies and gents. And he's just gonna start running.
Well, let's do our best.
Okay.
Can I see the new girl? I mean the other girl somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. It is not hard to find her as she's able to spot you and gives a jovial little wave.
She waves back. Smile.
Yeah. She returns the smile, but you do note a very thick, bloodthirsty tinge to it.
Jesus.
The same bloodthirsty tinge in the smiles and grins and eyes of every single member of the hunt.
A little more hesitant. All right. She's good.
Yeah,
It's
Jack's gonna fall back a little bit. His manic grin disappearing to his normal stoic self. Well, they're definitely a jovial bunch.
Yeah, a little bit of wild folk.
Good
That's for
job,
sure.
Hunter.
Wild and pure and forever free.
Mm.
But it does not take long for the folks in the front to immediately slam into the first wall of resistance, we'll say. A fair few grim of differing kinds. The first thing that's worth noting is, Lynn, your senses allow you to pick up on this. A lot of the grim are actually trying to escape and avoid the oncoming tide of hunters.
I mean, it makes sense. There's a bunch of them. So
They do not get far. Lots of shots ring out, striking against the all sorts of creatures. Many of them resist it with bullet-resistant carapaces and charge in. You see more than a few bodies get thrown a good 10, 20 feet into the air. But when they hit the ground with a heavy thunk, they rapidly pull themselves back up and throw themselves back against that armored carapace. Knives start swinging down and cutting and carving. Bullets just whiz by. I assume you're high in the air, keeping an eye on things.
yeah, I'll keep
They're-
people from taking too hard of falls.
Okay. You're helping them out using your gravity, maybe sometimes helping them with your own body, making sure that, you can slow down their descents a bit by catching them. After a few moments, the familiar figure of that same girl as before, she gets hurled almost a solid 35 feet into the air and is going to be taking a hard fall.
I'll definitely go up and swoop it and catch her.
All right, swoop in and catch her, and she looks dazed for all of a second or two before her eyes refocus and immediately lock onto yours. Oh, hey, wing
Hello.
lady. Oh, I didn't get your name.
Oh, it's Lene. And you?
Lene. Oh, Leela.
Hmm, nice to meet you.
Good to
Nice
meet you.
little prop up here.
Oh, yeah, no, I got some serious height. If you don't mind, I noticed you're making people fall slow. Can you make me fall fast?
For sure. Where you want to go?
Her grin takes on that same bloodlust again. I'd like some revenge on the thing that just threw me up.
Ah, well, stay safe. I'll be keeping watch. Have a good time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. She rolls out of your arms, surging down at high speed and drawing the blade from her side. It's more of a scimitar-esque shape than anything else, as she swings it down into a heavy, hard slash, carving into the side of the opponent. They're able to keep making pretty good pace as they cut and carve through more of it. I'm assuming most of you are staying further back to preserve your energy for when you're going into solo.
Yep.
Okay. It's fairly uneventful near the start. Most of these Grim were not on the hunt in the first place. The ones that didn't outright try to run, which was immediately prevented, are often the ones that were not ready for a fight. And as you keep getting further in, you notice that the trees look taller. It feels almost like you're going on a downward slope. It's not a pronounced one, it's not a steep one, but you swear every 30 seconds, maybe a minute, it almost feels like a good 4, maybe 5 inches lower. But the trees stay at the same height. The treetops just get more and more distant as you keep going down. And it's to the point where, Lynn, without your gravity, you wouldn't be able to make it to the treetops by the time that you're making it a good distance in and any of the soldiers are even slowing down a bit. Front line quickly shifts out so that the second group takes point and the back line starts to rest. Or the front line moves to the back and starts to rest a bit. It seems a full force charge straight in. But then
Wow.
there's Granny Jez. And she walks up to the boss of the night and says, "All right. We aren't getting too far from where we're going to need to separate. I don't imagine y'all are too intrigued with being bored back here in the back lines, so I'm sure that's got to be exciting for y'all."
How do I feel at this point?
You're drunk. You're still drunk, but
Still
you're
drunk?
better.
Oh,
You're feeling better. You're feeling clearer. Your mind's a little less foggy. You're fairly certain that it's all the adrenaline pumping through your body, but you're feeling clearer headed.
Yeah.
Certainly been interesting time watching you folks hunt.
Well, usually we're dealing with more esoteric sorts of folk. First half of the night, we're on the offensive. Then we go back on the defensive and fall on back. Tonight, we're probably going to go defensive and fall back a lot earlier. Spread ourselves out a little bit and make a wave on our way back to clear up some folks, leaving y'all to deal with whatever you're dealing with at the heart. But, oh well, it is what it is. Either we're going to see y'all in the best of health in a little bit, or we'll be cheering you on when you join the rest of the old hunters.
Even if we did croak, you wouldn't be seeing us as old hunters.
Well, yeah, if you croaked, you wouldn't be old hunters.
Still think those guys are not human.
To be fair, I don't think NSB would allow something else to take us when we belong to him, more or less.
I don't know what words you're saying right now. NSB, not human. I don't know what you're talking about, but I will tell you right now, I'm saying that there is no outcome I see in here where y'all don't come out. You're either coming out as old hunters or you're coming out healthy. I don't believe y'all are gonna die.
Yeah,
To
it's
be
usually
fair-
pretty tough for us to die.
Yeah. Though technically I had an experience of similar to dying. Nearly disintegrating yourself is a very interesting experience.
Mm. I assume that's fairly similar to when you set off an explosive next to your own head and you come out thinking, oh damn, I'm surprised I'm even alive.
Yes, except a lot more gurgling and blood and missing a limb.
Oh, believe you me. She adjusts her neck and taps against it, and you hear it rap against metal. There
Ooh.
was a lot of gurgling and blood.
Yeah, I don't remember everything that happened. I remember saying that was fun and then waking up on a bed. Oh, and somebody handing me a phone number. That happened.
Darling, that sounds like a good Friday night.
He kind of was, honestly. Started off on a train. Didn't end there.
I can't say I've ever been on one of those. Well, while we're closing in on the last of this, before y'all end up in your own separate ways, you got any questions about Strav culture or anything like that? You're talking to the living repository for it, and seeing as I'm part of the original backline, I get to be bored off my ass till we go on the defensive.
Oh, do you have that, the letter?
Oh, yeah. She pulls it out of her pocket and hands it over. Wish I could tell you that I recognize the script, but nah. Nothing I ever seen.
Gotcha, thanks.
Yeah, no problem. And I'll tell you now, that ain't Atlesian, that ain't from Vacuo, that ain't from Vale, that ain't even from Mistral. When I say that language, that's either older than any living language we got right now, or it's something altogether different.
Jack's gonna look at Hunter. You think this may belong to, the Seraphim?
Very possible. It's that old, it's either Grim or Seraphim.
Oh, most of them. Well, to be fair, when we get to the heart, I'll see if the heart knows.
Well, good luck trying to converse with the damn thing.
We have a walking, talking Grim repository when it comes to speech.
Ugh.
And currently she's drunk off her butt.
Hello. Did someone say puppies?
Yes, Katie, I need you to contact the puppies when we get to the center.
Yay!
All right, well, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't hear none of that. Anyone else got questions? Strav culture, Strav whatever.
Why do you folks hunt?
What do you mean?
It's just out
Back.
of boredom, or?
Nah, vengeance. They've been killing our family and kin for ever.
How'd you start that? How'd you like get to this point to here to the Grim and stuff?
Well, we were trying to live all peaceful like in the forest. And then the Grimm came out and they started killing us. And we took exception to that. It was, yeah, I feel that's pretty straightforward. Most of the Grimm historically have been very, let's say, anti-human. And as a result, we've made it our duty to make sure that we, you know, remove those sorts of elements from this. They come after us, we come after them. They attack our homes, we attack their homes. It's just a constant war.
Like it can't leave and stuff.
How the hell are we gonna leave? Sure, some folks are strong enough to be able to get on out, but Strav is... When you're trying to leave, Strav don't want you going. 7 days and 7 nights march to get out of here. But it's usually less than a day and a half you want to get in. Whole forest knows who you are, what you're doing, where you gotta go. Forest's got thoughts.
Yeah, I talked with it. It's pretty nice, all things considered.
Forest. Strav's got a mind of its own, and it don't like letting folks go. The fact that my Ani got away is a miracle.
Honestly, she ended up somewhere worse, so...
Way I heard it when she was drinking earlier, she said that she felt right at home.
Yeah, that fits for her.
Always was a gutsy lady, at least from what I remember.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. And from our side of things, it's always been a fight against the Grimm who were coming after us. We're just wanting to live here. We were originally just wanting to live here in peace. Then they killed folks, and now we do the good work, keep those folks alive in our hearts.
Kinda seems like, I don't know, Grim doing the same thing to me.
Well, yeah, the difference is the Grimms ain't thinking beasts.
She glares.
Oh, Honey told me about that clown you met.
Clown talk just fine.
Yeah, clown talked just fine. And according to Honey, she said that the clown didn't know how to think till you got in its head. Said that you gave it consciousness. Said that the clown even said that it didn't know how to handle its thinking thing. And that tells me that till you get involved, they ain't thinking beasts. You might make them thinkers. But you ain't been here this whole time. We've been fighting the wilds, and they've been just as wild as they ever were.
Katie makes grabby hands at Hunter's flask.
He rolls his eyes and he just hands it to her.
What do you
Nom,
want to
nom,
get her
nom,
more
nom,
drunk?
nom,
I thought you wanted to stop her.
Are you drinking more alcohol?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and make me a
No,
endurance roll.
Can I take a look from far up above and try to knock it out of her?
Go ahead and make a super. Let's see, from far above. You're using your gravity.
Mm-hmm.
Make a supernatural plus a bonus dice versus Katie. That's going to be dexterity. It's an
Yeah.
opposed roll.
Let me see. That's.
Oh.
Okay, well that bonus dice is ignored there. Let's see. Okay,
Katie
so
wins.
Well, it's 0, right?
yeah,
I
it's
mean,
0-0.
Is
But
it?
I have more numbers.
Yeah, because remember that a bonus dice never counts as a failure.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
So, considering the fact that you have a 14 to a 12, Katie, you feel the flask get pulled out of your hands as gravity forces it back. Well, where does it get forced, Lynn?
I can throw it back at Hunter's face.
Okay.
Oh,
Hunter, there's a splash of honey, pomegranate, and thick vodka all
Well,
across
not your
face.
face. I'll move it back so it donks you on the head. Pops a little bit.
I choose to say that because you got a 0 and you conflicted a 0, I'm sorry, it does end up in his face.
No. Okay. Well, like, oh, that was a little more aggressive, but you don't do that. She shouts from over.
He just
Yeah.
kind of shrugs.
At that,
Sound-
there's a small coughing laugh from Granny Jez, where says, "Honestly, that was a good move there. After all, you don't drink after nightfall.
Aww.
Oh yeah, it is night, huh?
It is." Hunter, I just realized it splashed in your face.
Mm-hmm.
Could you go ahead and roll me 1d6?
God.
Sorry.
Like, this is gonna end badly, but alright.
Consequences.
Oh, God.
Oh, damn.
Hunter, some of
Ooh.
it got in your mouth, and you unintentionally swallowed.
Hmm.
And the first thing that fills your mouth is a taste like gasoline. The smell should still be the pomegranate, should be the honey, but immediately something feels like it's crawling inside of your mouth. How do you react?
Huh. Wait, crawling like a centipede or like crawling like a ant?
More akin to an ant out of those two, I would say.
Alright. Is it like shifting on his tongue or?
All throughout your mouth.
Cool. He's gonna look at Jack and like open his mouth like, is there something in my mouth?
Jack, you watch spiders start crawling out from inside of his gums.
Jack's gonna stare at it for a second. Start chewing.
Alright. He's just still chewing and spit.
Sin, have you ever had gushers?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I've certain hunters eaten many centipedes in his life.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an endurance roll.
Alright. I am 100% certain he's eaten at least a couple of bugs because, I mean, you
Well,
can't have
firstly,
to.
arachnids aren't bugs.
He probably hasn't eaten any spiders specifically.
Okay, that is 1 degree of success. That is not enough to completely resist the poison.
Oh, yeah.
You feel nauseous.
Ugh.
The spiders start tumbling out of your mouth. Feel the feeling of small puncture wounds inside of your gums, both from where their little knife-like legs had stabbed their way out, as well as where they had bitten in to spread their venom. Not to mention the venom that pops in your mouth like little pustules. These fleshy little globs that erupt inside of your mouth, moist and slick, causes everything to feel very wrong, and that taste of gasoline only spreads further as just, again, spiders pour out of your maw.
Ugh. Nasty. Someone gave him my flask.
You immediately get hit over the head by Granny Jez.
I need to spit this shit out.
Into your drink? Are you insane? Spit it on the floor, you fucking Neanderthal.
No, I need to wash my mouth out.
Oh yeah, get more drink in your mouth. That's gonna end well.
Jack's gonna hand him his flask, and he's gonna stop her from hitting him, and he's just gonna watch.
So, like, tipping in mouth, swish it, and then spit.
More spiders are coming out because you put a drink in your mouth.
I have to
Hold on.
swallow it.
No, you just need to put it in your mouth. You're not supposed
Hold
to
on.
do any of it.
His flask can be anything, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, did you
Sin.
change it to drums?
You.
Okay.
You bitch.
So here's the thing. There are so many.
because it'll be whatever he wants it to be. Because I would.
Yeah, it'd be whatever. It would be whatever Jack would. I didn't think about that till just now.
And drums is not really supposed to be drank in a normal thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
At that, you take it. Sin, I need you to make another roll for endurance. Your target is 2. This has to do with the drums, though.
Wow.
What?
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, yeah, that's literally the exact same
That's-
roll.
I don't think I've
Oh my
ever
God.
seen.
Yeah, the only problem is it's also a requirement too to pass.
Jesus Christ.
It's identical down to every level.
Oh
Sin,
my god.
you normally you'd only need 1 to be able to pass on this. The only problem being that you have so many puncture wounds in your mouth that the drums isn't just going through your stomach, it's getting into your bloodstream through your gums.
Oh God. I'm cocaine.
And keep in mind, you didn't take a small sip. You were expecting a regular drink to swish.
I took whole ass mouthful.
Yeah, your mouth was full of it, and it is pumping through your system right now.
Aren't we
You-
gonna go in a fight something?
Jez is just shaking her head in just what's
He
clearly
just- he
some sort of
just,
disappointment.
Like looks at his thing while like vibrating. He just kind of tosses over his shoulder, grabs his gun. He's just don't go, yeah, motherfuckers.
All right. Zin,
Sure.
you uncontrollably charge to the front of the battlefield. There are going to next session. There are going to be times during the conflict where you are not going to get the option of what you choose to do, because your body is going to move before you do.
I'm just gonna start suplexing people.
Yeah, some of them are
Oh,
even the
wait, when
targets
did
that you're supposed to hit.
I will 100% say his coat comes off into Jack's face.
Jackson's gonna like take it off, his like fold it up politely, put it under his arm. He's gonna pick up his flask and put mouthwash in it and just close it up and just put it in his pocket. His
Yeah.
container, and he's gonna look over at the lady who's probably confused at this point. and
No,
just say,
she sees him sprint off. She's like, "Oh, you had stimulants in it, huh?
uh-huh.
How much rat poison?
Something like.
Oh, not rat poison, a thing called drums. You want some?
Can you drink it after nightfall?" Well, obviously you can. She extends her hand to take it.
God.
He's gonna hand it to her, say nothing, no warnings at all, and just say, remember, a sharp or a minor.
Look, kid. What's your name, kid?
They call me Jackalope.
Jackalope. All right. What's the recommended dosage?
Oh God.
You ever have have you ever had like something super concentrated?
Yeah.
Smaller than that, typically. I drink in cups.
Okay. Cups. So the recommended dosage is cups. Okay. She
No, that's
rears
not
it back
recommended.
and she drinks about a cup's worth. Oh.
Hmm.
I think this is the first time my heart rate's broken 70 in the last few years.
Oh.
Well, I hope you don't mind, but she lifts her cane and you hear a small click before it reveals that there's a sword inside of it. I think I'm gonna let loose and have a little fun before we go on the defensive.
Okay, you have fun.
Yeah, oh, absolutely I will. And by the way, if I were gonna sing something, I wouldn't. I'm a little bit on the old side. I ain't one, to play A minor. She lightly thwaps you on the head because she wanted to make the pun, and then sprints to the front.
Jack's gonna look at her as she sprints away. Look back at his hand. She took the flask.
The flask then hits the ground as she left it behind, but
Oh,
she did not
sweet.
hand it back.
Sweet. As he just picks it up, closes it, put it in his pocket. Hey, Katie.
Uh-huh.
Piggyback of Doom. Yes or no?
What the fuck?
Yes. I don't
Jack's
know what
gonna
that is.
crouch
Yes.
down, like piggyback position, get on my back, and start firing grenades at everything.
Okay.
All right.
Forward.
So.
Jack's
Yeah.
gonna start sprinting forward with Katie on his back.
Jesus Christ Almighty.
Honey just looks as all of you immediately
Goodness.
just start doing all of this. Gives a small nod. Yeah, they're hunters, all right. And that is where
Oh.
we will end tonight's session.
Very nice, very nice. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do a raid here in a second. My friend Bunny, who will be streaming with tomorrow for Phasmophobia, wanted me to raid one of her friends for various reasons. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I don't know who they are or anything about them, but they're playing the Outlast Trials. So if you guys are interested in sticking by and checking out them in any way, shape, or form, feel free to do so. Feel free to grab the first message as it comes by if you're following, second message if you guys are subscribed, and of course, go check out our various different content wherever it is that we are. And if you guys are interested in seeing more Jumpchain, we'll be back next week at 6 p.m. PST. Or if you guys 7 p.m. PST. Or if you guys want to see our various other contents, including Phasmophobia, Chained Together, Delta Rune that we're going to be doing. Check out all of our content throughout the week. And we'll see all of you fine folks later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Auf Wiedersehen.